Hello, I am Seraph Nguyen, and this is going to be my lesson setup for everything. So I'm going to go first up with a look around my whole map, and then I'll talk about the NPCs and my mechanics lightly and all that stuff. So I'll start up here. This is pretty much where the player will start out, and of course, as you can see, majority of basically all of the world that I've for this lesson game is pretty much outdoors. You start out in the forest, and then you start reaching to the village gates over here, which are also kind of like the village is also a little bit, as you can see, bounded off by hedges because there I can't really find anything else for like good quality fences. So there's a little bit more of that, and although you can't really see it, up there is a bunch of a few NPC guards idle, so you don't really need to interact with them. But if I have time, I probably would talk with stuff. Over here, when you enter the village, you enter the first area, lesson 1, where you'll be learning like three subsets, sub-objectives of key psychology for motivation loops and stuff like that you'll discover here. A lot of the areas are made with some pleasing sort of blocks that I could find. They're like, okay, maybe you'll look alright, and again, they're squares. Majority of them are squares. I did the best I could with what was given, and yeah, there's unfortunately not really much you can do. All of them are empty, by the way. All of the houses are empty at the moment, so if I do plan on putting them inside, you'll be able to access it. But otherwise, I'm probably going to block off the doors, the ones to be locked, so you won't like waste your time going to an empty house. But yeah, pretty much. So this is pretty much area 1 where you'll learn lesson 1. There's from here to this part over here. You'll basically, this is all lesson 1 where you'll find out. I pretty much use the same kind of blocks without all of them, with some random NPCs just to make it seem lived in and all that. And once past this area is we'll be heading off and having a glimpse of basically area 4, which is basically the last bits of the map. Over here, this most likely will be blocked out because again, we wouldn't want players to come in and finish last end game early, pretty much. There's some fence blocks that I did manage to find, but again, they're like gothic, so a lot of the blocks I used are pretty much not very well. They're not exactly well fit in aesthetic for each other, but I'll do the best that I can. Over here is the school with the kind of like professor teacher NPC over here, and over here it would be part of the boundaries for the village, and this would be like a kind of like guard outpost house of sorts to watch over this section of the village. There's like one of these in around near almost every corner, so to speak, just for logic wise and stuff like that. So random NPCs here, and that's the back of that house, that school. And so this is the 4th final area, and you'll find a little bit more over here where this is basically where endgame, where if you do complete everything and once you finish through this level, you can go through here and escape, finish the level, all of that. The guard posts here are also pretty much the same as when you first enter, with the same stuff, similar NPCs watching out and all of that. So that's the fourth area, and this is basically due to being bounded off. This is the area that you pass, and even if you would try and get into, talking with this NPC will most likely just tell you, oh, you should probably head over to the next one. And the next one would be over here, actually, even though both the market area and this the farm is here. So the farm here is also going to be blocked off to an extent. I will also need to find something to proper to block this off, but pretty much this is the half of the farm where the supposed quote-unquote animals would be. Sadly, since Enstar doesn't really have animals, obviously won't be putting it in here. These are the stables just for look-see, and these are like 2 NPCs. I'll explain like why there aren't animals. They lost them. Fun stuff like that. And going back to like kind of the barn area here, this is the part of the farm where it's actually growing crops and all that. I did manage to find the tomatoes, which was really nice. So I actually have something a little set up here. And over here is another guard post with another guard just finicking around. And this would be kind of like a storage shed that I made for the farm and for like the harvest and stuff. The quote-unquote wheat that's non-existent because there's only tomato plants. And over here is the third area for lesson 3. Oh yeah, a little bit. Excuse me for a moment. This second lesson objective area is basically to explain on motivation loops as a whole of sorts. So moving on to the third lesson area, this is the marketplace. You can see it's like a little flower shopkeep guy. I'm not sure what my guy does over here, but probably makes food or something. There's like a lumberjack guy over here that you'll meet a little bit earlier. Some random NPC villagers, and apple farmer, fruits, more like supplies, food, chairs, lots of mangoes. This area, pot plants. This area is pretty much slated for, I guess, the motivational tactics used in motivation loops. So I'll most likely figure out a way to kind of incorporate all that in here. It's still being a little bit decided, but that's pretty much what's that. I use kind of like these brambles as like the roofing because, and it's okay. I mean, it looks super choppy, but again, there's not much stuff to like deal with, so this is as best as I can do this, even with the floating fruit, which is honestly kind of annoying, but it's an oh well situation, really. Can't really do much about that. And that's pretty much it for the third level. Once you get all like the lesson plans in for this, which are also going to follow a similar kind of I guess like sign options with like levers underneath or something like that, and you choose the correct one type deal. There's again a lot of compromises going in with what I initially planned out on the game doc compared to what's actually put in the manual here. So that's kind of much it. Most of the boundary, if I go into ghost mode over here and just kind of like hover on up, is all kind of pretty much brocated out, blocked out by a bunch of hedges around the place. As you can see, I probably need to also hedge this place out a little bit, but that's a later. And so that's kind of it. NPCs you'll encounter, there's like a main one for each. There's the professor guy here that he'll teach you stuff. There's the lady here, school lady here, that'll help you with the final act. There's the farm over here, and there's gonna be like a few kind of like merchants over here to like help with that. And once everything's done, you're done and leave. And that's kind of pretty much it. This is the best I could do with everything given, and yeah. That's pretty much it. So thank you for listening and all that. Let me know if there's anything else that's, I guess, confusing or the like. And just escape out of this. And let's go.